Life is a journey filled with twists, turns, ups and downs, moments of joy and times of trial. We all have dreams, goals, and aspirations, but sometimes the path we walk feels uncertain. It's during these moments of doubt and confusion that we must remind ourselves of a greater plan at work, a divine blueprint crafted by God Himself. Believing in God's plan requires more than faith, it demands trust. Trust that every experience, every challenge, and every triumph is part of a larger picture, even when that picture isn't fully visible to us. God's plan is perfect, even when it doesn't align with our expectations. When doors close or setbacks occur, it's easy to feel disheartened. But what if those closed doors are simply guiding us towards something greater? What if those setbacks are actually setting us up for a comeback we never imagined? There's a powerful story in the Bible about Joseph, a man sold into slavery by his brothers, falsely accused and thrown into prison. It would have been easy for Joseph to give up, to believe that God had abandoned him. But Joseph clung to his faith, trusting that God had a plan for his life. In the end, Joseph rose to become a powerful leader in Egypt, saving not only his family but an entire nation from famine. What appeared to be a series of misfortunes was in fact God's plan in motion. God's plan for us may not always be clear, and it may not unfold the way we anticipate, but it is always for our good. As Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." This verse is a promise and a reminder that God is in control, and His plans for us are filled with hope and purpose. Believing in God's plan requires patience. It calls for surrendering our need for control and trusting that God knows what He's doing. It's about walking by faith, not by sight, and recognizing that delays are not denials. God's timing is perfect even when it doesn't align with our own. When trials come and life doesn't make sense, remember that God is with you every step of the way. He is working behind the scenes, orchestrating every detail, turning trials into triumphs and pain into purpose. Our role is to believe, to trust, and to keep moving forward, confident that God's plan for our lives is good. Sometimes we may feel lost or as if our prayers go unanswered, leading us to question why certain things happen. In these moments, it's crucial to remember that God's plan is not confined by our understanding. His ways are higher than our ways, and His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. What may seem like a setback could be God setting us up for something far greater than we could ever imagine. Consider the story of Moses. Born into a world of oppression, Moses was placed in a basket and sent down a river to escape death. Raised in Pharaoh's palace, Moses eventually led the Israelites out of slavery and into freedom. At first glance, his journey was filled with uncertainty and danger, but every step was guided by God's hand. The struggles Moses faced were part of God's greater plan to deliver a nation. When we trust in God's plan, we are freed from the need to have all the answers. We can release the anxiety that comes with uncertainty because we know our lives are in the hands of a loving and omnipotent Creator. God's plan may not always be the easiest path, but it is the path that leads to true fulfillment and joy. So when the road becomes difficult, and when obstacles seem insurmountable, do not lose heart. Trust in God's plan. Believe that He is guiding you, shaping you, and preparing you for something greater. Your story is far from over, and with God's plan at work, the best is yet to come. Trust in His plan, and let that trust be the anchor that holds you steady through the storms of life. Because when you trust in His plan, you will find peace, purpose, and a future filled with hope.